3, 2, 1, go.
Hi everyone, I'm Paul Cleveland, living in the city of Cleveland, in the state of Cleveland, in the United States of Cleveland. I know it's a little late, but happy birthday, Cleveland. You're now 225 years old. How does it feel? You'd be surprised you actually made it to 225 years. Everyone would have thought that, you died years ago because, 70s. Yeah, like everyone, like 1971, it's like, oh, made around 175th. I don't think you'll make it to 200 the way things are going, but you did. And I'm going to have a double feature here. The 16 reasons why Cleveland rocks and 16 reasons why Cleveland sucks. And I'm going to start with the reason why Cleveland rocks. Or should I do like one Cleveland rocks or one Cleveland sucks?
What sounds better to you?
I'm not sure.
I would do the top 16 rocks and then the top 16 sucks.
Okay. That's my cameraman, producer guy, Mark.
Hello. I'm Paul's brother, Mark.
Okay, so number 16, charity work. Cleveland actually does a lot of charity work. It's like, from what I heard in 2005 when Hurricane Katrina hit New Orleans, we actually were supposedly the first city to help out.
Yeah, send aid down there, people down there, stuff like that.
Because, I mentioned earlier how...
It's unlike George W. Bush. We care about black people.
I don't know, kind of does. It's like that's why I married
a white woman.
And this, no, I think this is weirdo. It's like,
okay. I got it. I derailed us some. Just keep going
on.
Yeah.
No, well, but we do a lot of charity work. I do some in this city too. Walking to stop hunger and the Cleveland Food Bank, and as well as Ring the Bell Salvation Army. I'm afraid to say this, people who's watching at Salvation Army West Park, I probably won't be doing it this year. I got another work gig, so sorry. But yeah, we help a lot. Because we know how it is to be tough. Number 15, a weekend vacation. You can spend Cleveland. If you want to have a vacation, come to Cleveland. You can...
Just for a weekend, though, apparently, right?
Yeah, because you can do a lot of things here for a weekend. Not like New York, you have to stay like for a week and still you didn't do everything you did, or like we went to Philadelphia, and it's kind of like that too.
We're a large enough city where you can feel like you accomplished quite a bit just on a weekend visit.
Yes.
You can get in on Friday and go to your hotel room, and then Saturday and Sunday explore the city and then leave?
Yes.
Okay.
For Detroit, I don't recommend it because it's like a couple hours for Detroit. Sorry. Well, it's from Michigan.
Yeah.
So.
Pure Michigan.
Pure Michigan. Don't drink our water. The number 14. I could see a new swill sketch for that. Instead of Lake Erie water, it's all made by Flint.
Okay, Paul.
Number 14. Center of America. In many ways, Cleveland is considered like the center. We're not. It's like you got Chicago, which, in my opinion, is like the main center. It could be the center, but
geography-wise, right?
Yeah,
that's a lot of people call us the heart of the nation.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what they call Ohio.
You know what else is though? It's it's in the center of your body is your butthole, but that's I'm pretty sure that's the other list.
Yeah. So
yes, 14, Cleveland is right at the heart of it all.
Number 13, we have a lot of commitment for our sports teams, good or bad. The majority of us are committed.
Well, primarily the Browns, sort of the Cavs, Indians have a winning record and people are ready to just boo them.
I'm one of them.
I know you are, but we don't have to worry about that anymore.
Mm-hmm. Number 12. We're very diverse. We got Little Italy. We got Little Asian
Slavic
town.
Village.
Yeah.
So a section that's like Taiwanese or something, or Korean, right?
That's what I said. The
little Asian
town.
You just lump them all together.
Payne Avenue.
Yeah.
Payne.
Yeah.
And now there's like on Lorraine, you got some ways little Cairo because of the
there's a lot of Mediterranean influence over there,
and like on Clark and 25th,
a lot of Puerto Ricans.
Yeah, I don't know what they call it, but I kind of call it Little San Juan, or we're also getting a lot of Mexicans and Central Americans here in that area too.
Okay,
and
there's a lot of diversity in Cleveland, and
we're not that. And we're not in your face about it that much. Number 11, the food. Now, some people say, what kind of food is there in Cleveland? One word. Polish boy. Okay.
And that's 2 words.
Okay, fine.
That's what first of all, that's what we're known for from here. That and pierogies.
Yes.
But in general, there's a vast array of food. We have some of the best restaurants in the nation downtown and all over. Michael Simon, one of the best chefs in the United States, is from here. And not to forget, there's plenty of other great little local places that you can go eat anytime. We were just talking about the diversity in the city.
Mm-hmm.
You can find a lot of great little Ohio City burrito or any number of other places that are just little shops. People are excellent cooks out there.
And so number 10. Most of us could be patient. Most Clevelanders are patient.
So you're not included in that then, right?
Unfortunately.
No, that's...
Trust me on this one, people, I'm not going to like into it. But,
we won't delve into that.
But I'm the problem, so... But the thing is, patience... Like, we waited for 51 and a half years to win it all.
Well, when it came to that one, a whole lot of people weren't all too patient.
Right, I was one of them again.
No, right, that's not just you. But just in general, like, we don't fret too much about our traffic jams. And mind you, they're relatively small compared to other cities.
Mm-hmm.
But so far as kindness and patience goes, I'd say Clevelanders are a notch above many others.
Yes. We're not gonna. Number 9. We got a lot of inventors here.
Yeah, a lot of inventors are from here.
I could even include Ransom Olds and Thomas Edison.
Yeah, Thomas Edison's birthplace is in Ohio.
Mm-hmm. And just like it's in the town of Milan, which is not too far from the roller coaster capital.
He mentioned our city, yay!
we have a little running gag and stuff. Ransom Olds, he's from the Ashtabula. Geneva.
What did he invent?
He was the assembly line.
Oh, he invented the assembly line?
Yeah, just before Henry Ford did it. He actually was. That's where he got the name REO Speedwagon and the Oldsmobile.
Okay.
Because he was the guy who made those vehicles. And he obviously went to Michigan like all the other people, but still, range from a lot of that. And I go all the way. And even the people who made the vehicles in Warren, Ohio, the Packards.
Okay, yeah, the Packard family. And the guys who invented flying airplanes, the Wright brothers, correct?
They're a little more in the Cincinnati region.
It's still Ohio.
Okay, so
my bad.
But yeah, we also have Alan Freed,
and he invented rock and roll.
Well,
he coined the term.
Yeah, he both
didn't invent it.
So yeah, I hope you're liking this. No, I'm not going to do that until we get to the midpoint. So number 8, the weather.
This is on the pros?
In some ways, yes.
Sure. All right. It better be on the negatives too, though.
It is.
I had a feeling. All right. Go ahead. So with the positive.
Well, you could be like, if you hate the weather in Cleveland, just stick around for 24 hours or something like that.
Wait 5 minutes and it'll change. Although I will say today is a lovely day. It's the end of July here in the year 2021, and 73 degrees outside. It's nice and it's cool. The sun's not bearing down on us.
Right. Number 7, television personalities. Okay, Cleveland has had a lot of bad luck this year with celebrities.
Well, passing away, yeah, that's what you mean.
And also, in some ways, Tito.
And what?
Tito Franco.
Because he's sick too?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so as of this date in this year, the Cleveland Indians manager stepped down for the remainder of the season due to illness.
But if you think, but everyone's saying like, but here, really, where can he get a host like that does midnight movies, children's shows, and stuff like that?
And not just people who are from Cleveland, because not all of them were, but a lot of very famous people have come through Cleveland. Tim Conway, Goulardi.
Yeah, Goulardi was actually the guy who played. Goulardi was actually a New Englander.
I know. And I mean, even Tom Hanks, he spent time with the Lake Erie Theater, Great Lakes Theater. Chrissy Hine, Halle Berry. So when you talk about celebrities, a lot of famous people have not only come from Cleveland and the surrounding area. Katie Holmes, very famous actress, and was married to Tom Cruise.
Yeah. Dino came from Cleveland,
Steubenville, Ohio. So yes.
And this guy right over here,
Clark Gable's from a city in Ohio. That's right.
Bob Hope was born in England.
He lived in Ohio during his younger days.
Mm-hmm. So it's like, which could segue to number 6, radio. And we've got a lot of radio celebrities as well, and they've not been having any good luck either in this, because I knew somebody who worked on TV. It worked in TV and year. I don't know if April or March is early, but what we did for rock and roll, we actually WMMS, case closed.
Yeah.
During its prime, we had James Taylor come in. We actually helped Bruce Springsteen's career on Sorry Mark.
Yeah, it is too bad.
Well, we prefer Michael Stanley, who, God rest his soul, and gone to. Who else? David Bowie. We helped his career. We also, in some ways, we helped Linda Ronstadt's career in Cleveland, and there's also many great rock and roll musicians who came here. Eric Carmen from the Raspberries, and just because Frankie Yankovic.
Yep.
He has no relation to Alfred Matthew Yankovic. Their family, actually, Al's parents actually wanted another famous Yankovic accordion player. Wow! That's awesome, isn't it? Weird Al should be in the Rock Hall. Number 5, the museums. Not just Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, but we got a great art museum. And what I like about how they made Cleveland, like most cities, the museums and the downtown is like scrunched together. In Cleveland, it's actually a little more spread apart.
Very much more open here.
And University Circle's a great place to spend your time between 7 a.m. and 11 p.m. I know the other times, in some ways, don't. But that's another story altogether. That might be the worst part.
Okay, Paul.
So, yeah, we also got a good natural history museum, too. Number 4, our metro parks. They call it the Emerald Necklace. Really, that's what they call it, because
that is true.
It actually surrounds all the our county. Like we live right by the zoo, which is part of Metro Parks. There's also Huntington Park, which is a beautiful recreational park. They got a little place where they show live animals from this state, which are from the wild.
Correct.
Just like the Natural History Museum. And then there were, there's Brookside Park, which is not too far. And a lot of great parks and reservations. And I will say, I think not just Cleveland, but most of this country really knows how to preserve that kind of land when they can.
It's true.
Number 3, the people. Yeah, because, how we mentioned earlier, could be the diversity thing too, but still, most of the time you'll say, when somebody stops by, they'll say, "Hi, how's it going? What's going on?" It's like Cleveland has the Midwestern charm to it, but yet try to be and just as a little busy as East Coast.
Okay.
So it's like we're not a megalopolis, which is always busy as a bee, but we're not too dull and boring like Salt Lake City. Because if you go to Salt Lake City, trust me on this one, or the state of Utah, we combine it. So that's why the people are awesome.
Okay.
Number 2, events. When Cleveland has an event, Cleveland has an event.
Yeah, we go pretty big.
It's not like New York or LA. It's like, another event. Oh, thank you. I'm moving on.
Like when we did the RNC or when the Cavs won the championship, we had 1.6 million people downtown.
Yep, and no right. And every time the Rock Hall is here, all the rock celebrities are smiling and laughing and having good conversations. The All-Star game, that was a big deal. And
yeah, the Major League All-Star game back in 2019, right?
Yep, 2 years ago.
And then we've got the NBA one coming up in 2012.
And 2022.
That's what I meant, yeah.
And we had the draft pick. And
yeah, we did the NFL draft here, and that was a big deal. That was a lot of fun.
And if the International Olympic Committee is watching, I doubt you are, but I am going to, but you're going to hear this. I encourage the IOC to have the Winter Olympics in Cleveland, Ohio. Not the summer, the winter, only because we would never be able to handle the Summer Olympics.
Yeah, it's too big.
But then again, who knows? But the winter ones, more than likely, because they could use brandy wine for some of the events.
And even Boston Mills or something.
Yeah, Boston Mills, brandy wine. And you could use the field, the Gund Arena. I'm just going to call it that because they've been changing hands so many times. But they had the hockey games there, and they could use the factory of the Cleveland Stadium. I'm just going to call it that because there's been some controversy towards First Energy, apparently.
You just call it Brown Stadium.
Brown Stadium. They can do some speed skating there and some other. They've done some outdoor events and something like that.
Well, I mean, they've played hockey games and football and baseball stadiums before.
So before we get to number 1, let's go to the honorable mentions. We have great hospitals.
Oh, yeah, some of the best in the nation. I'm surprised that's not on your list.
And actually, it's growing still.
Yeah. We have some of the best heart surgeons in the nation and the world.
And even Robin Williams stopped by here. No.
Oh.
And speaking of celebrity,
it seemed like a waste of time then. Arnold Schwarzenegger was in our hospitals last summer. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, so
he went to go see one of the best heart specialists in the world.
Celebrities. That's a lot of celebrities came here.
Yeah, that ties in
And,
through the hospitals.
And also, actually, the Marx Brothers came here one time at the either League Park or Mimi Stadium. They played baseball here or something.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's a very interesting thing, you know what I'm saying? But, yeah, a lot of celebrities. And they'd make films here because we have a great cinema market in some ways. We got the Film Fest. I'm actually going to have one called Parma Flamingos. I'm going to give a shout out to my friend Tom.
Well, a really good film commission and stuff here too. People come, and there are guys from here that will come film here on purpose just because they liked growing up here.
And also
like the Inventors guys.
Because there's also some creativity here, like I mentioned. That's how Superman.
Mm-hmm.
The guys who made Superman are here, and I'm surprised there's no Justice League films filmed in Cleveland, because that would have been awesome. And there's also who else? And also a lot of creativity in like I mentioned, television, because all the there's books about it too.
Yes, Paul.
So yeah, and we got a lot of places of interest, not just the giant free stamp, but there's
huge
also
Cleveland signs.
Yeah, we know how to show it. But the biggest reason why Cleveland rocks, you can't beat the rent. It's affordable.
And just the quality, the not quality of living, even though the quality of living is good for what it is, but the cost of living.
The cost
of living. It's not expensive to buy goods here.
Mm-hmm.
Living here isn't expensive, so on and so forth, in all those regards.
And you don't have to worry about that much weather because there's no earthquakes, no natural disasters.
Yeah, that ties into your other point from before.
So, yeah, if you want to live in Cleveland, this is a good promotional. Well, I don't know, because we get to the second half, and before we get to the second half, I hope you're enjoying this double feature. This is where I'm going to start the other things, like, subscribe, get notified.
Do you remember the name of your Patreon page?
James-Paul.
Okay.
And that's what's going to be put on.
So patreon.com/James-Paul or something.
Yeah. It'll be on there, so
yeah.
It'll be pasted on my web pages, on my Facebook page too. So
well, good. Make sure you put that up every time that you can.
Okay, but like other cities, Cleveland has its problems. Like you go to New York, it's expensive, it's congested. In LA, you get earthquakes and fires and people telling you to do as we say, not as we do. And in Florida, it's like you'll melt in Florida if you live anywhere there.
So what are your top 16 reasons why Cleveland sucks?
Okay, number 16. Our river catches on fire.
Yeah, that's happened.
Yeah. Well, last time it did was like 52 years ago, but
it's happened at least twice, right?
9 times, I believe.
Oh, it's caught on fire 9 freaking times?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah, I'm going to check that one out, but they use the 1952 picture to mention the 1969 fire, which was even worse. But yeah. And that's why APEC was invented, as well as the Water Clean Act and what have you. It's clean now, but still. Number 15. In some ways, Lakefront, or like our development stages of anything and everything, it's slow.
Yeah, Cleveland's been under construction since 1876 or something, right?
I'll get to that later. But yeah, there's the lakefront should look more.
Oh yeah, that's a part of that joke, though. I mean,
yeah,
the fact that we could do all these fantastic things with it, and it's just sort of barren. You have like a couple high-rise, expensive apartments and condos, and the Rock Hall's on the lakefront on the one side there, in Brown Stadium. But
yeah, number 14, sports teams.
Yeah, It works for both. Sure, we're huge fanatics of them, but I mean, the Browns sucked for a long time in the last 20 years. They're finally looking good, though.
And the Cleveland Guardians, I still think that's just for the money, because it's like, let's see, what if we win it all? It's like Guardians of the title.
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah, that's the only freaking reason they did that.
Well, you know, there was a football movie that the Browns made back in the mid '80s called Guardians of the Gridiron. I mean, Guardian sounds more like a football term, but again, that's a discussion for another time.
Number 13.
Mm-hmm.
We actually went bankrupt. We actually went into default. Not the first time since 1939, and
that happened in the '70s, right?
Late 70s.
Mm-hmm.
Because Dennis Kucinich that didn't wanted Cleveland to be small and not be sold to corporation. The Cleveland Public Power be sold to corporation. Like now it's First Energy, and then look what's happening to them. It's like,
well, that's what's really tough is that the guy, all people will ever remember is the fact that we defaulted and they blame it on him, and now that he's running for mayor again, that's what people will always remember, but they don't know the whole story. And that I don't even know the whole story, but it sounds like he was really trying to do the right thing, but it was just way bigger than him.
And so basically that's the albatross Kucinich has. So
right, and people still aren't forgiving him for the changing his mind on the Obamacare thing. And that was the more recent one that people who lean a bit more right are going to be mad at him for. But he really had no choice in that matter.
But so Kucinich is very pacifist.
Yeah, I mean, out of all the people running, I like him and Gibbs. I'm torn between the two because Bibb. I'm sorry, Bibb. Leon Bibb's distant relative. I forget the fellow's first name, but he's a young, relatively smart dude, and he's holding mortgage companies and things accountable. But I need to read a little more into that too because.
Well, number 12, we're weird.
Yeah, we are.
Of course, there was a Garfield cartoon. Like it's like I think it was like even though it was filmed in the 90s, it was kind of like set around the 60s. So it's like, no, don't take me there. Don't take me to the moon. Take me to Cleveland. It's already weird there. Help.
Yeah, like they use that phrase for Austin. Keep Austin weird. We were weird long before Austin was. Austin, Texas.
That should be a shirt.
It's like, screw Austin. We've been weird.
We were weird before it was cool. As a matter of fact, we hated Belichick before it was cool. I even have that as a meme somewhere. It's like I show a picture. Cleveland disliked Belichick before it was cool.
So even though that's kind of a negative thing that we're weird, it's a pseudo positive. But yeah, no, we are a weird town, that's for sure, with a bunch of weird little neighborhoods in it.
Number 11, public transit.
Yeah.
Trust me on this one, people.
Yeah, ours could be way better.
Yeah, and I had some this.
The Rapid's okay, but even then, there's a bunch of derelicts down there.
And like there's some fat bastards like, I'm Marilyn Monroe. I gave weight.
Wait, I've met that guy. He comes into Happy's Pizza sometime.
Really?
Yeah, I know that weird freak.
It's like me coming in, riding on a bus saying, I'm Robin Williams.
Okay, no, this guy's way weirder. But anyway,
okay,
yeah. So there's a lot of weird people who take our transit system, including you.
Yeah,
that's why I stopped riding the bus.
That's why I want to get a car, but unfortunately, that leads up to my list. Number 10, we're kind of stuck in the past. It's okay to know what happened in our past, but sometimes we're too into it. But it could be worse. We could be the South.
Yeah, at least our past isn't racist.
Yeah.
Well, not much of it anyway.
Well, because, that's the thing. It's, we should let go of some things, but then again, we should remember the reason why we are who we are. Number 9, the public schools.
Yeah.
I don't have to really explain, but any city public schools is just
any larger sized ones like ours have had its ups and downs. The Senate actually used to be a really good sports conference, and our schools were really good in the 50s and 60s.
And I just think about this commercial 20 years ago. It's like this kid says, "This is my school." I'm surprised they didn't show "This is my school." They show a bunch of rubble.
It started getting good again in the late 90s, early 2000s. Like, I can speak at least for roads that's gotten better. And even Collinwood and Glenville are much better schools than they were about 30 years ago.
And I wouldn't be surprised John Hay is kind of good too.
Yeah,
that's where both of our grandfathers went.
Yep.
Number 8, the winters. See, I told you there'd be a weather thing in here, but our winters, it's kind of a shot in the dark, basically.
They can be really mild, or they can be incredibly brutal.
Like whether it's snow or cold. If you love the winter, this is your town. And that's why maybe we can have the Winter Olympics during August.
Yeah.
No, that's Colorado. Because Colorado is always snowy. Because I just like how South Park's. It's always snowy in South Park, Colorado.
Yes, Paul, that's funny.
Yeah, but the winters do suck up. Number 7, lead poisoning. I don't know if we still lead the nation in lead poisoning, but many people say that could lead to autism.
Yeah.
And that's what I heard. I don't know, but maybe that's why Cleveland has the most autistic people here because of lead poisoning. I don't know.
Okay.
It's I mentioned we were stuck in the past. That's one of the reasons, and we are always slow to things. And I don't mean as in inside the brain either. But then again, number 6. This is a depressed city. Some places look like a Scooby-Doo ghost town. And like with sometimes we don't get that much sun. But then again, you could always be in Syracuse. I actually know a friend who actually lived in Syracuse in New York, upstate New York area once, and he said, yeah, Syracuse is even cloudier. I don't know why it's cloudier in upstate New York than Cleveland, or even Seattle at this in some ways.
That makes sense.
But, right. Number 5. We're a small market. We're a small market city. Some people say there's no market here except for the West Side market. And this is where I'm going to have to talk about that little twerp who talked about, like, the 2007. Nobody's going to watch Cleveland play against Colorado. There's no market in Cleveland.
Okay.
Hello? Super Bowl 53? Need I say more?
Yes, even the two big markets can play a crappy game that no one would want to watch.
Yes. But, like, our promotions are not that great. They could do better, but still. But it could be worse. We could be St. Louis.
Yeah.
St. Louis actually has this problem right now. They do. And you can see it all around. But sometimes in Cleveland, there's no market but the West Side market. Number 4, Cleveland jokes. We're still being laughed at. We've been laughed at since 1969. River Fire. Actually, the guy who actually wrote about it came from Cleveland.
Oh, the song, yeah.
Oh, which song?
The Lake Catching on Fire.
No. That's Randy Newman.
Yeah, that's Randy Newman.
No, Randy Newman was a Californian.
Well, who was from Cleveland, and what did he write about it?
No, he wrote Cleveland jokes.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and we've been, and during the 70s, Cleveland was the butt of America. So, Mr. Jackson, lived in Cleveland during. Oh wait, he probably did live in Cleveland during the 70s.
Yeah, he most likely did.
So yeah, why don't you? He should have ran for mayor during that time. And then he was a.
He could have ran on the platform of us being the butthole of America.
Yeah, we're the butt of America, so yeah. Thank you. And now we are still. I don't know how big of a joke we are now, but back then it's like. That's the reason why Ian Hunter switched the song. It was originally to be England Rocks, but he'd say Cleveland Rocks because it's like I'd be tired of all these Cleveland jokes.
Okay.
Oh, and even Howard the Duck. That was the biggest Cleveland joke of them all. The film during the mid-'80s, and the biggest goose egg George Lucas ever made. Now that's what he should actually revamp. Like how he revamped all those Star Wars films. That's what he should definitely revamp.
Yeah, Howard the Duck.
Yeah, it's like have Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, make the ducks look more CGI, and maybe instead of that lady duck with duck tits, like have her take a shower instead. Get the furries turned on.
Okay.
Okay. Number 3, politics. Our political system sucks.
Yeah, it does.
And we already mentioned Frank Jackson, so
had the same mayor for like 16 years.
Well, we could have the Daley family from Chicago.
Oh, it's all just been people named Daley who have been mayor out there?
I believe so until now.
Okay.
But look him up. He basically controlled Chicago during the 60s and 70s. So it was, again, and Ralph Perk, his hair caught on fire around the same time. See, another Cleveland joke there. Johnny Carson had a lot of material.
Yeah, he did.
But, yeah. Number 2, our poverty rate and crime as well. They didn't go together because we are the poverty capital of the nation right now. We are. I don't know if Baltimore will beat us this year. I hope so, but it's just something I'm actually live under the poverty belt, as a matter of fact.
Correct.
Unfortunately, I don't know if my producer is or not, but
probably. But it all depends on what you consider poverty. You're only as rich as you feel.
Right. And we have a lot of rich people in Cleveland, but they live outside of Cleveland and Brack and all. And
yep. I mean, money doesn't buy you happiness.
Right.
It can buy you a bunch of stuff. But I got a bunch of stuff, so, I didn't need money to acquire it.
So I leave you to the dishonorable mentions.
Yeah.
We don't have much imagination.
No.
Not really.
Okay.
Like, I could show something really creative that's like, yeah, so, yeah, it's at least... well,
like when it comes to naming our baseball team, there
right.
sure wasn't a whole lot of creativity there.
Right, and, maybe we should call ourselves the Cleveland Certain Ethnics.
Hey, let's put a big chandelier in downtown Cleveland, Ohio. Outdoors.
Nothing but bad news. And this is another reason why you don't want to live in Cleveland. Bad news everywhere. And one is actually we're now the most stressed city again. And I wouldn't be surprised we'll be the most miserable city again. It's like, you might as well just say...
So these all were dishonorable mention.
Yes.
Do you have more dishonorable mentions?
Slow development.
Like
I mentioned by Lakefront. Our traffic, it kind of sucks.
Right.
So, number 1, been under construction since 1868.
Ah, you were using that line exactly. All right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if you look all around, we have nothing but potholes, or some people call them chuck holes.
Because of a former mayor named Chuck, yep.
And so it's...
Some people would say that's one of the seasons that we have here, orange barrel season.
Yep. And I don't know if it would be a great fashion trend for the summer, but no, that's something else. It's like, and for some weird reason, like I'm surprised that no one from Cleveland is like there's like you're hearing, we all hurt, we're all in pain, we all cry, we're REM. So yeah, if you want to be a Clevelander, then be my guest. That's all I can say. But obviously, we could be worse. Could we? Could we be Detroit? Is Detroit even worse than Cleveland, or what do you think?
Here's my personal opinion on the whole thing. It's not about being the best city in the land or the worst city in the land. Sure, there are a lot of things that make Cleveland rocks and that makes Cleveland suck. But at the end of the day, you just do with it what you can. You just live your everyday life. You try to be a good person. And in your neighborhoods and in your city, you just try to do the best by other people that you can.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like you don't destroy a microwave just because it's not working or whatever.
Okay.
No one's going to get that reference. But anyway, the point being is that, you just do what you can with what you're given. And even if it's not very much, at least you do something. At least you try to do something. I don't know. That's all I can do.
Well, the reason why I consider myself Mr. Cleveland, not just because of the city, not because of the whole city being down, because we are kind of a down and out city sometimes. We're bitter, we're sarcastic, and the reason why I call myself that because sometimes I feel like the city itself.
Yeah, but we might have some bitterness and sarcasm, but we thrive on it and it helps make us better. I mean, even for all of the negative things and everything else, we find positives in it. We just do our best, and I think we're a tough city, and we thrive on just, again, doing what we can to make it a better place. It'll never be perfect. It'll never be great, but I think it's pretty damn good.
Okay.
So.
Well, with that, I'm Paul Mr. Cleveland Warren, looking at the city of Cleveland, the state of Cleveland, and the United States of Cleveland. Go on.
And we're clear.